Hi, welcome to the Chante Youth Podcast. This is our first of more to come. Today, joining me, I have Hayden, Raining Bird, right? And Jody Colstead.
Josie.
Right? Josey Colstead.
No, you're
All
good.
right. Welcome to the show, guys. We're happy to have you here in the studio today. And today, we're just going to kind of visit a little bit about sports and, maybe what that's done for you guys a little bit and, some of your guys' passions as far as that goes. So, first of all, I'll ask, what sports do you guys do?
Basketball and track.
Basketball and track.
Yep.
I guess what have you gotten out of sports? What has it done for you? Maybe emotionally, maybe mentally, whatever.
Well, it's been like a place I could just go to get my mind off of things. Like ever since I've started basketball, I was like 2 years old. My dad got me into it, and because like my brothers first started it, that's who he got into it. And like being like a little sister, I was like, I want to do what they're doing.
For sure.
Yeah, so I started doing that, and I just kept playing.
Oh, okay. Cool. How about you, Josie? What have you gotten out of
I've
it?
done basketball since I was 7, I believe. My first tournament was actually in Wolf Point. It was like a little 3-on-3 tournament, co-ed, I think.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was still a Glasgow Scotty back then, but I don't know, I just like being on a team. It just brings you closer to your classmates. That's how me and Hayden met each other. It was basketball. Yeah, we played together in
Yeah,
a
like
tournament.
3 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can kind of relate to that. My one of my daughters, she plays basketball as well, but that was one of the things that I really seen was she looked up to her brothers, and like especially her oldest brother was kind of really into basketball, and it just kind of that was one of her driving forces was that. So siblings play a huge role. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But also, I found, and I don't know, maybe you guys can relate or not, but I found that, I used to be a cross country runner, so I was big on running, but running, as fun as it was a really like meditative thing. Like you get into this zone. I can't explain it. I mean, you hear people talk about it, but
Yeah.
it really is. There is a zone that you go into, and it's probably with the breathing and you're this repetitive motion, and they used to call it a runner's high.
Yeah,
is what they used to
that's what
call
I was
it.
going to say is runner's high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. During this season, like I struggle with anxiety,
Mhm.
so sometimes during practice, like I would just have to step out
Mhm.
and never really like knew why I would have to, like I stepped out, but like I would just start to feel like
Overwhelmed.
yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
like
Yeah.
can't breathe, like
Yeah.
and I just have to sit out and take a second, and
Mhm.
like it helped that I had coaches that were understanding and were able to just be able to let me step out.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. So, what do you guys plan on, I guess, doing after high school? What does that look like for you?
I'm gonna go to college at MSU Bozeman,
Mhm.
but I plan to also try to enroll at FPCC so I can get like some of my generals taken care of online. I already have. I think I'm technically gonna be a sophomore next year,
Wow.
just because of how many Wolf Point offers.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna go to Bozeman. I plan to study kind of sciences,
Yeah.
see where that takes me. But
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Science.
I'm not sure. I have applied to colleges. I'm leaning towards Bozeman, but I'm not really sure yet. I know what I want to study,
Mm-hmm.
psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome and needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good that you guys have some kind of vision for some kind of interest. You're talking psychology, you're thinking sciences. So, like, what does that look like when you think of like the science field? I guess.
well, I honestly am kind of interested in ophthalmology, so like eye surgery and stuff like that. My dad's an optometrist, and I don't know, I like his work. So that'd be a
Wow.
very long journey, but I think they're building a medical school in Billings, so that would help me out a ton being in state if that ever happened.
Yeah.
say right now I consider my passion like helping people out and honestly just meeting people and communicating with them. And that's kind of a profession where you'd be meeting new people every day and being able to help them out at the same time.
Right.
That's kind of, that's kind of where the interest comes in, I think.
Yeah. But you. Yeah.
So, psychology. I've like wanted to know how the like human mind works and how everything like that works, and like after if I do go to college for psychology, I want to become a mental health therapist, so I can help people that struggle with anxiety and depression, and just be able to like communicate so they have someone to talk to.
Right.
Yeah. When my mom found out I have like anxiety and I have depression, I like she didn't know how to handle it like exactly like she said she'll be there, but like it just felt like I was on my own, and I never really knew how to like deal with it, so I just feel like I'm facing it on my own sometimes. Yeah,
totally. I get it, man. But the good thing is, I will tell you this: it is it's 100%, dealable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's overcomable. You know, that's the good news. You know that, because when you're in it, it don't feel like that. It's like, this ain't stopping. This ain't getting better. You know, but it does. It's 100%. You can, if you're willing, I guess, or if you're open enough to, I guess, try to put it, like, you know what I mean? Like, understand it.
Yeah.
You know, like, what is this? What is that? You know, and there's a ton of stuff out there now, especially even more so than when I was really young. But there, you know, there's a ton of different methods and stuff like that. And you just, the way I see it is, you got to find your own that works for you, right? Like, it might be this author, and I might share a book with you, and it might not even just, you know, it's like, no, I don't get that, you know. But so you got to find your own, like how you understand
outlet,
it.
sort of.
Yeah, exactly, and it'll click. You know, seeing the fads, I guess, over the years, you know. I gotta ask you guys about this fad, if you've seen this in Wolf Point. I've seen it in Poplar School so far, but we got this thing where the young kids don't want to crease their shoes.
Oh yeah.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
So
definitely.
You got people walking kind of weird.
At least for the first couple months of owning them, that's definitely, you got tiptoes kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been like that. Me and my dad are like, well, if you're buying them, just wear them.
Yeah. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks I'll be gentle, and then, as you can see, I kind of do whatever.
Do you do the weird penguin walk with it when they're brand new? Kind of.
I won't admit to it.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on the shoe too.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why I bring that up? Why I was saying it's so different, like even from when we were young, is like our thing was we didn't like the new look when I was young, like that real super new, you know, like and so we would like.
Oh, you want it,
break them
yeah.
Like we'd be like kneeling down, like, you know, because you wanted that. You wanted
That's
that
still
look.
kind of there though. Like that aspect is kind of still there.
Oh, is it?
Like with old Converse and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You still kind of.
Yeah. When I get new shoes, my dad always like breaks them in for me. He's like, wear them for a couple days and you'll be fine.
Yeah. What is it what advice would you give, I guess, to your younger self coming into high school? Like, knowing what you know now, experiencing everything you've experienced in life, what's something you'd tell your younger self?
I would say don't be afraid of change. That's probably the biggest thing, especially transitioning like 8th grade to freshman year. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? But it all ends up working out, and everybody's going through changes at this point in their life, and you just kind of have to welcome it with open arms and just enjoy it while it lasts, especially because high school has went by so fast.
Yeah, definitely, like, don't be afraid to change, because, like, I used to go to Fraser, and I never thought I would go to Wolf Point.
Oh, no, me
Like, and then
neither.
they're right by each other,
Yeah.
and I was like, Wolf Point? Why would I ever go there? Like,
Yeah.
I always thought I was going to graduate from Fraser and be, like, a bear coat, because, like, my dad did. But there's so much more opportunities here, like
Definitely.
college credit. Like, I guess it is offered in Fraser now, but, like, they're just more interactive with the students, and it's a big school too, like
Mhm.
bigger than Fraser,
Yeah.
and it's just a nice, like, community. But I guess I would say, like, just don't be afraid. Like, it's okay to just, like, go in there and be scared, but don't be afraid to, like, interact, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I didn't enjoy. I wasn't like when I first came to Wolf Point. I honestly did not love it at first. It was just so different socially at school. But now I couldn't imagine it any other way. I love going
Yeah.
to Wolf Point. now.
Yeah, when I came here, I was related to a lot of people, so I kind of just came right in, and, like, I was welcomed, and it was fun, because my 8th grade year I transferred to Box Elder, like, outside of Havre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I went there, and my freshman year, that's when they won a state title back to back. It was the second
Yeah.
year they won that.
Yes.
And it was just really cool to be a part of that basketball team, because I was an alternate. I was a freshman,
yeah.
and this year they were very close to winning state. They took second,
Oh, yeah, I saw
and, like, all those girls that were freshmen are, like, in the same grade as me, and, like, I was just really proud to see that they almost made it again this
Yeah.
year.
Yes. That is one of the most exciting. It's my favorite sport.
Basketball?
It is.
Oh, same.
But high school basketball. So
Yeah.
like this many people can't fathom this, but I don't watch sports.
Me neither.
Like, I don't watch NBA, I don't
Nope.
watch NFL, I don't nothing. But yet we call basketball games for our radio for high school, and
High school sports are the most fun to
Yes.
watch.
and I
They're
always-
unpredictable.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
I
they're
said the exact
unpredict-
same
yep.
thing. I said that's what makes it so good, because you could, even though you could have a good team, and they could have an off night,
Yep.
any given night. You know what I mean? They could be just tearing it up
We
all season.
definitely did.
Well, yeah, that's not, yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely did. We had, like, a really good season.
Our
this year.
season was so good. It was so
Yeah,
fun
it
this
was,
year too.
It was probably way better than last year. Like,
And
our
previous
communication,
years.
our communication was way better. We, like, all worked with each other so, like, good. And then when it came districts, we kind of surprised ourselves, I guess.
And then we kind of had a girl get hurt, and then other issues came up, and we kind of like
Yeah, we
lost
kind of,
our-
like, fell off. And,
Yeah.
like, during the trip when we went to Cut Bank for divisionals, like, none of us really talked to each other. We didn't really, like, communicate as well. Like, even outside of the game, like, when we were going back to our hotel, like, we all kind of just, like, lost communication.
Yeah.
And so during the game, like, it showed. It really showed.
That's
It yeah, and it definitely hurt that we didn't necessarily have our full team there. But I think we still could have worked with what we had if we just wanted to a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we definitely got the talent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't think it was anyone's fault. It was, like, we all got
team,
into our own
yeah.
heads. Definitely, yeah.
We just didn't mesh like we had been.
Yeah.
But that happens, I guess. Sadly, it was at divisionals.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I know what you guys are saying, because I can see that. You can feel it almost watching a team. Like, you know, and we're calling a game, and, you know, and we're watching this whole thing unfold, and you can see and feel. I want to say feel more than anything. You can feel when a team is vibing, like they're all in it, and it's like it's so amazing. And you can see when a team is not, and even if they have the more talent, they could
can still
easily
just
be
lose
yeah
it,
they
yeah.
can easily be beaten due to that. Just
that was
that
definitely
belief.
us.
Yeah. I know. I remember when we played Glasgow for the second time of our regular season, we were kind of scared because we were getting in our heads because they got a new girl who was very tall, and she scored a lot of points the game before they played us, and, like, we just went in there, and I guess we played our game.
Yeah.
we kind of more worried about her more than.
Well, even at divisionals, I feel like we all told ourselves, oh, we're going to win this game, but we didn't actually think about the
definitely did
things we needed to win.
that. And we
if
did that
makes
for
sense.
Harlem too when we played Harlem.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, we're gonna
Oh
win
my
to
goodness,
go
I
into the
forgot about that.
championship.
Oh.
Yeah,
forgot
we
about
definitely were like, we're gonna win, and we got it into our head, and we just weren't playing our game.
We had
We're-
the perfect setup, too.
Yeah.
We literally had the perfect setup.
Wow.
Yeah, if we won that, we would have been into
State.
we would have been heading to state, but everything happens, and
We did. The good thing though is we didn't have any major blowouts this season. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
always
good.
fun.
That's
we
good.
were the ones blowing out some teams, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
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 All of our losses, I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5 points.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about
Yeah.
that. It just comes down to, oh, we missed that free throw or
Yep.
that layup.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks, but
That's what it comes down to. I mean, right. What is it? Was there? Can you kind of tell me a little bit about the feeling? I guess when, like, the last game, being a senior.
Oh, yeah, our last game, we lost by 5 points. So we were like, we almost had it.
Oh man.
And we were going in it, and it just felt like sad.
Yeah.
Because, like, I guess you don't know if you're going to play, like, keep playing basketball, but,
Right.
like,
Mhm.
it's your last high school game
Yep.
with the people you, like, grew playing ball with.
Right.
yeah.
And it was just very, like, sad. And I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I was super sad about it, but I don't know. I didn't want to like project my feelings. So I didn't cry or anything like right away. I mean, there's nothing you can change about it. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to like I don't know. I was proud of us for our whole season. That
Right.
one game.
Yeah.
It was a sad game, but I knew we were going to end at some point, whether it was that weekend or the
Yeah.
next.
Right.
So I just kind of took it in and I was like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I was super
definitely-
sad though. I cried once we got to the locker room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
But I
Well,
held it in when we were shaking hands and I like congratulated
Yeah.
them and everything. But after that, yeah, then the tears came.
Yeah.
Yeah, even, well, like, right when the game was almost over, I looked up at the clock and I was like, oh, yeah, this is our last
Like,
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, shoot.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely I held it in, and then we got to the locker room. I dropped, like, everything in there, and I just ran straight out, and I went to my parents, and, like, I cried so hard to
Sure.
them. And my mom was like, you did so good.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, you did so good. You played your heart out. And that made me cry even harder.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was very after the game, someone came up to me and was like, it was so fun watching you throughout the years you've played, like the way you grew, and I seen you put your all into this last game you had, and like that just felt good to hear, I
Yeah.
guess.
For reals.
No, I don't think people understand how much we appreciate like their comments and their
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
Like we don't always have time to show it because I mean we just show up and
Yep,
go
yep.
play the game.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
like we even talk about it amongst each other, like how much we love our crowd and our fans.
Yeah.
Like all those people traveled over to
yeah,
come.
especially our senior night, we were able to. They brought us into the lobby and they were like, go hand these out to like whoever you want, and there were like a cup.
Oh, yeah.
And it had like, what
It was hot chocolate stuff,
hot
so we
chocolate
would
with
give
other
it to anybody who like we felt supported us
Right.
throughout high school or
Right.
throughout the season.
Yeah, and like that just really like you could see how welcome they felt, like how they felt
Appreciated.
like how they felt about us giving it to them, because they didn't know
Right.
we were giving it to them, and like it just felt
No,
cool
we
seeing
definitely
them.
notice like
Yeah.
those people who do come and
Yeah.
support us. So we're very thankful for that.
Yeah.